Makeup Beauty, and today I'm going to film a get ready with me for a photo shoot. So I'm going to a photo shoot for a salon today. So I'm going to show you how I curl my hair and I do my makeup. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug my curling iron in. It won't go in. But the thing won't go in the, like my curling iron won't go in the plug. Alright, so I'm going to turn my curling iron on. I have it set at 430. And then my hair is already slightly curled, so I'm just going to kind of run my fingers through it just to make the curls separate. And then I'm going to section my hair into 2 sections. The bottom half and the top half. And then I'm going to get a clip and clip that out of the way. So I'm going to get a better clip. Alright, so it looks like I don't have a better clip, but I'm going to use a hairband and just tie that out of the way. Like that, so just like a bun on my head. And then I'm just going to make sure my curling iron's hot. And I'm using the hot tools curling iron, like a 3/4 barrel. And I'm just going to take like a 1-inch section, drag my curling iron all the way to my end, and then roll. I'm going for like ringlet curls, so if you want something more natural, I would do it like a curling wand, but today I'm going for ringlets. So it looks like that, and then I'm just going to go to the next section, grabbing, pulling out all the way to the end, and roll. And I'm going the same direction on these ones, and then now I'm going to try the different direction. So again, just taking that, now I'm going to go this way, so just go all the way down, pull. One section fell out, that's okay. And then, whoop, I have to regrab that section. Go all the way down. My hair has waves and it doesn't want to grow. And then roll. And then after a few seconds, I just go like this. And release. And it creates a nice curl. So I'm just going to show you this side, and then I'm going to move on to the other side. And I'll show you again when I do the top. So again, just pull down all the way as close to the end so you can get it. My hair just likes to fall out of the curling iron. So just take, it's all a trial and error process as well. If you can't get your hair all the way to the ends, you can go back and curl the ends. So just hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. The longer you hold it, the better your curl will look. The more wrinkly your curl will look. Now I'm going to go this way. And I'm alternating every 2. And sometimes girls do it every other curl. I do it every 2 curls. If I'm looking up here, it's because there's a mirror right here. And it's easier to see in the mirror than it is to the viewfinder. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to stop filming and then I'll come back when I start the top. Alright, so I've just curled the bottom half of my hair. I'm using the Garnier Fructis Full Control Hold number 4. And I'm just going to spray that. So I already sprayed this side when I was finished. I'm spraying it with this because I have just a few more hours that I have to have this. So I have to have this, it's 1:20 right now, and I have to have this until 5. So I need some full control hairspray. Alright, so I'm taking out this mess top of my head, and I'm going to take a brush and kind of try to brush through the ends a little bit. I'm trying to keep it up while I brush through it so that I don't brush through any of the curls. I'm just going to let that down. Just a little craze. See? But I'm just going to take a piece, run through it with my brush, just to make sure it looks pretty and cute. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I was doing, just run it down all the way to the end, and then just roll it on up. You can take big sections or small sections, really doesn't matter, but smaller sections tend to work better for my hair, so see it's a nice sort of ringlety curl. And then for the top, I'm going to alternate directions each time. So for the bottom, it was every 2 curls was a different direction, but now this one's going to be every other curl. Whew. And of course it fell off my barrel again, so I'm going to have to go through it again, flatten it, and then go through. Keeping it tight, you want to kind of keep it tight so then it stays on the barrel better. And release so that they look like that. And just grab your next section. Like that. I have 2 products that were already in my hair after I washed them. After I washed it, that's why my hair was a little more on the natural curl side. It's a little wavy. So again, I'm just going to have to go right back through. Don't be afraid to like recurl pieces if they kind of fall. So that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to finish this side and then move on to the other side. So I have about 2-3 more curls on this side. But first I'll show you, out of the shower I used Not Your Mother's Kinky Moves, and I used Lush Sea Spray. So that's what I used on my hair. For the makeup, I'm going to go a little high end. I'm going to use a Naked palette, but you can use any palette. I know Essence, they have really good palettes that are just like the Naked palettes. So does like CoverGirl, I think, and Maybelline, one of them has the Nudes palette. So you don't need to use a Naked palette for the makeup. So again, just going all the way down, pulling tight as I roll up, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and coming down. I've already noticed a piece that I want to recurl, so I'm just going to go right back in with that and do the same process that I already did, just pulling tighter this time, kind of making it more a tight curl instead of a loose curl, because some of these have gotten a little loose. There you go. So yeah, just going to finish off this side. Again, I have like 2 curls left, so I'm just going to split it into 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little longer than 5. Doesn't really matter. The time really doesn't matter. It's just how curly you want it. If you want it super curly, then I would hold it for more like 30. But keeping it tight while you're doing it will make all the difference. Alright, so I finished this side, and on top I kind of have more loose curls, and on the bottom I have more tight curls. So I'm just going to again go in with my Full Control hairspray and spray that baby. You want it to be sprayed a lot. You want a lot of spray, especially if you're doing a photo shoot, because you want your hair. Okay, I missed a piece, so I'm going to go in and just curl that. But for a photo shoot, you want your hair kind of you want it kind of super curly and like very held. So for this side, it took me like 8 minutes to do these amazing curls. Just trying to get that one to go kind of to the back because it curled more than the others. But it took me about 8 minutes. And now I'm going to do this side, and then I'll come back and do my makeup. Alright, so I curled my hair. It just looks like that. Now I'm just going to push it back and put 2 bobby pins, a bobby pin in each side, so that my face is nice and I have a good face. So I already put moisturizer on this morning, so my face feels pretty moisturized. So I'm just going to go right in to my makeup. Alright, I'm dropping stuff. So the palette I'm going to use today is the Naked 3 palette. This palette is relatively expensive. Like I said earlier, this is $54. I checked on this today and it was still $54. And it's been $54 since they came out with it. But other than that, I'm not using any high-end makeup. So, yes, that is the only high-end product I am using. For foundation, I'm going to use the True Blend by CoverGirl, and this is in the color I6. It may not match my skin tone totally, but I'll use bronzer. And for primer, I'm using the Maybelline primer. So, and then for brushes, I'm using Wet n Wild shadow brush, Wet n Wild foundation brush, EcoTools powder brush, Sephora bronzer brush, a Laura Geller makeup sponge. You can tell that I've used it because it's so dirty, and a Sephora powder brush. Oh, and an EcoTools blush brush. So to start the face, I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Prime, and this is in the shade 200. It's Blur and Illuminate, so kind of gets rid of those under eye circles. Again, if I'm looking up here, like it's because there's a mirror up here, and it's easier for me to see. So I'm just putting that all over my face. This will make your face look a little more red because it's
made to cancel out dark tones, but it definitely helps your foundation stick to your face and look amazing. So you want to get it everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, you want to get it all the way around here. Okay, so I'm using my i6 True Blend foundation, like I said, and I just take that and do about 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and with a Wet n Wild foundation brush, I'm just going to take that, start applying it. Okay, so this actually matches my skin tone very well. I got a spray tan, so I was hoping that if I used a darker color it would look natural, and it does. It will turn you a little bit orange, this foundation will, but it looks natural once you set it. So before you set it, you might be like, oh my gosh, it's orange, what am I going to do? But it looks very, very natural once you set it. Girl, believe me, I freaked out the first time I wore this foundation. I wore it for a cheer comp, so I was not too worried about it, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm orange. But once it kind of sets into your face, it looks very natural. So I'm just doing that all over my face, so if you can see, I look a little orange. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but it looks a little orange. And I'm definitely blending that down my neck. Okay. So, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my concealer, and I'm using the NYX HD Studio Concealer in the color Light Pale, and this is also red toned to really get those under eyes looking nice. So I just do a V shape like that. I don't know if you can tell, this camera kind of sucks, but I just do a V shape, and I take that Brody makeup sponge and I go under my eyes like so. And then I run it over my nose. Alright, so my powder exploded, so I had to fix it. This is the Essence white powder. And I'm going to use a brush like this. Pack that on. Okay, so pack that on so you can kind of bake your face. Ooh, got a little on my hair. Went a little wild. Okay, so I'm going to bake my face. Just wait a few seconds and then you can wipe it off. And then taking that same powder and a big brush, a big fluffy brush, I'm going to set under foundation. This will make your foundation look a little whiter than you want it to. But don't worry, we're going to contour and we're going to add a powder foundation over the top. So it's just a base layer. So I just realized I forgot my powder foundation So this is what it looks like. I'm really white now. So I'm gonna go grab that and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. And I have my powder foundation. This is the CoverGirl powder foundation. My lid broke, so I put duct tape on it. This is in the shade Light. So just shake a little bit into the loose powder, so you just shake a little bit into the lid. I can't talk because I just ran the stairs. But you just shake a little bit into the lid, and then using that same fluffy brush, I just go over my foundation. And wow, my foundation does not look orange anymore. I'm telling you, setting this foundation is the best thing you can do. Once you set it, it doesn't look orange. It looks very powdery and matte, but like a good matte. Not like dry. It looks not dry or cakey. It looks natural. And for senior pictures or a photo shoot or anything, you want natural. You don't want crazy. Like, if you do crazy makeup for your senior photos, like, I feel like that wouldn't look good. Alright. So, now we got the face mostly done. I'm going to come in with the Profusion palette in just a second. This is the Glitter and Glam palette. But first I'm going to do a little bit of blush, and I'm using a CoverGirl blush. Don't know what the color name is, but it's like this peachy, blushy color. And I'm just going to very lightly do that on my cheeks. Sorry if I keep moving out of the frame. I think I keep doing that, but now I'm going to go in with my Profusion palette, and I'm using this Profusion brush. Doesn't say what it is. And I'm using this color. And I'm just going to start contouring my face. So you can contour your face however you do it. I do an E, so I do right here, right there, and then my jaw. So, utilizing our letters. Right, so now I'm just going to go in with a Sephora bronzer. This Sephora bronzer in the color Fiji. I'm going to use that contour brush. And just really carve out those cheekbones. This is a natural look. That's how I did my makeup for my senior pictures. So, if you look overdone, it kind of kills the vibe of being natural and like yourself for your senior photos. So, and for this photo shoot, she said she didn't want us overdone. She just wanted a natural look. So for this, I feel like this is a natural look. And now moving, okay, so that's what I look like. And now we're gonna move in to the eyes with my Naked 3 palette. Check time. And then, so about 10 more minutes. So this is the palette I'm using. Sorry, I'm trying not to blind you with the mirror, but this is the palette I'm using, and I just did anyway. So first I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk, and I'm just going to apply that to my lids. It doesn't matter how you apply it, but it looks like that. And then I'm just going to mix that out, kind of like blend that out. I said mix, I meant blend. So that your eyes are completely white. It's going to act as a primer for your eyes and make your shadows pop. So the first shadow I'm using is, it's called Strange, and it's this shadow right here. And I'm using the brush it comes with, and I'm using the fluffy side. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. I've already kind of done a tutorial on the look I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it again. So now I'm using the color Limit, and it's this one right here. And I'm just going to pack that on to my lid. To create a very matte look. And then I'm going to pack in Buzz, Trick, and Dust all on my lid. So Buzz is a nice shimmery color that's more like purpley pink. Trick is a champagne color that's also shimmery. So it looks like this. And then Dust is a very pink shimmer. Dust is not very pigmented, so you will need to use a lot of it. And for Dust, you can also switch to the packer side, the packer brush side, kind of really pack that on. Pack that on. Alright, and then for the crease, I'm going to use a little bit of Nooner. It's a matte shade, and it's this one right here. Just a little bit in the crease. I'm not going to do an outer corner color because I don't want this to be, wow, look at my eyes. Like, I just want this to be a natural look. I'm taking Strange again and putting that on my brow bone with the fluffy side. Alright, so my eyes are done and my face is done. So let's move on to my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So for my brows, I'm using Milani Easy Brow in the color Dark Brown. And I do not know how to explain how I do this. I just kind of go in and try to make them as natural and as skinny as I can. And then I just kind of blend it out. bigger than the other. And this brow always never gets dark enough. Kind of darken that one up a little bit. Yep, of course my brows would do this today. They're just gonna be how they be and be dark. Looks really dark on camera, but I promise you it's not that dark in person. So yeah, they look really dark on camera, but they are not that dark. That'd be the wrong side. Just take the spoolies to them. It should be okay. My hair's gonna be down in my face a little more. And they look, I promise you, they look really, really dark on camera. I can see myself in the viewfinder, and they look really dark, but they're not. They're actually the right shade. Alright, so for lashes, I'm using Essence Lash Princess. If you can tell, I do love my Essence makeup because it is cheap and it works. I've never found a brand that works better than Essence. For lashes. So to keep my lashes looking semi-natural, just going up and shaking out as I go. I have really long lashes, so if I do put on any mascara, they look false. So I'm trying not to get the false lash look, but again, if I put any mascara on, it looks like false lashes. So that's how I do my lashes. Now, introducing the blonde in the fixture. I think I'll have to cut that part out because it's hard. Music. I'm using the Soft Lips, Soft and Lush Lips by Blistex. Yes, mine is like cratered because it happened on a plane. I had like a purple lipstick on earlier, so my lips are kind of purple. But we're just gonna go with it. I'm actually going to put, and I'm gonna bring this with me, but lip gloss by H&M. It's just a peachy color. Actually, a very glossy color. It looks really good. All of it and insane. So nothing is too vibrant about this look. Nothing's like crazy. I don't look overdone. I don't look underdone. It was perfect. So yeah. For my fingernails, I'm just going to trim them. And yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands and trim my nails. So yeah, that's everything.